Hi friends, MD Vegan with a new breakfast with kiwis and strawberries. Here I have some kiwis and I have some strawberries. Strawberries of course are frozen and I have thawed them here. This is a metal container, put them in a hot water bath and then a lid on top, just a plate, turn it around and then they thaw pretty quick. It's easy. Yeah, they're a little bit cold yet, but it's okay and they're beautiful. Frozen fruit, very inexpensive. They have pretty nice quality and I can have them all through the year. Yeah, and here I have a fresh kiwis and they are ripe as you see. Some have been quartered here, or small pieces. Others have slices. Here, these are the slices. And they have this beautiful inside, beautiful structure. Love this. And I will decorate a little bit with that. I'll show you in a moment. So these are the main ingredients of my breakfast today. I have some other things to put around in the breakfast. It's a fruit salad, yeah, with some seeds and some nuts. So I show you how I make the cream to put the fruit into. That's oftentimes how I make a breakfast. I make a nice cream. Yeah? And the cream today is also with strawberries. That's the main ingredient today, strawberries and kiwis. And the strawberries, I blend them with, here again, some frozen strawberries. This time they are frozen, that's okay, because I will blend a little bit longer. So it's a cup of frozen strawberries. And I blend them with almond and banana. And I made a smoothie already, several times, with almonds and bananas and strawberries. And I tell you, that is a wonderful flavor. Strawberries, almonds, and bananas are perfect. Together, I mean. So nice. I have two strawberries, a third cup of almonds, not too many, yeah, and the strawberries, a cup. And to make it nicer, I add some lemon and some dates. You know, one thing with the frozen berries, oftentimes they are not that sweet. Yeah. And to add a sweetness, I add some dates. It's a natural sweetness, 5 dates or so, and half a lemon. Yeah. That brings out the sweetness from the fruit, and you have a nicer flavor, and you don't even notice if it is a natural ripeness from the sun, or if you add dates and lemons. It's pretty much the same. Of course, fresh strawberries always better, but the frozen ones are also not bad. They have also some advantages about with regard to nutrients, pure nutrients. It's a very scientific way to view it. It's a very reductionist view. What kind of nutrients are in there? Question, what kind of nutrients do we know? Do we measure? But you know, the vitamins, the minerals, the big nutrients, so to say. Not talking about the phytonutrients, the colors, the flavors, the fragrances, the textures, and all these things. We don't measure them, usually not so much. A little bit, yes, but not so much. And these vitamins and minerals, they are even higher in frozen fruit oftentimes, because they harvest the fruit, put them right in the freezer, and so the nutrients, they decline over time. They're kept in the freezing state longer. So oftentimes they measure the nutrients in frozen fruit, and they find they're even higher than in fresh. So there are some upsides to it, but I'm not making the case here for frozen over fresh, because we don't, as I said, we don't measure all the nutrients. One plant has thousands of phytonutrients, and some of them are even vital, and we only just begin to learn that. So, and maybe some advantages in fresh fruit we don't measure yet, but so far so good. We have the nice frozen strawberries, we have the bananas and the almonds. They are perfected together. Yeah, it's almost as if you put vanilla into strawberries. Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, the almonds and the bananas. It's an amazing combination. So I put some water to get the blender going and do my blender dance. Now. this beautiful color. This is the so-called strawberry banana smoothie with almonds. And you gotta try this smoothie by itself. It's so delicious. It's a perfect fruit smoothie. Just the bananas, the almonds, and the strawberries. Refined a little bit with lemon almond dates. You don't want to miss that. It's really outstanding. You can make ice cream of it in a smoothie. You can make a milk. Yeah. Smoothie is just a little bit of thicker banana milk. Let's taste it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ah. Wow. Wonderful. I'll let it sit for a moment. And after a moment, I'll blend a second time because the almonds take some time to soak now because they've broken down in the liquid here, the cream. When they're broken down, they're soaking much faster. So in a moment, I will blend it again to get the perfect texture, and then I will use it together with my fruit salad. So the fruit salad here, I will put it together now, and I show you. I have here the bananas. That is the main part of the fruit salad here. 3 bananas in slices, and that ripe banana you see. And that is a nice thing to have a ripe banana. It's one of the best things you can do for your intestines because it's so inexpensive. You can get it everywhere. And the intestine, the bacteria especially, they love bananas. That's their favorite food. So bananas are really super healthy. And there's no problem with too much sugar, too much calories. You can't eat too many fruits, literally. There are so many studies there now, big studies, good studies, that show you cannot eat too much fruit. In fact, around the year of 2000, they made hundreds of studies all over the planet, finding out what is the greatest, the biggest cause of premature death in the world population. And many of these studies came to different results, but in America, for example, you won't guess it. The most important cause for premature death was eating too little fruit. Yeah, and other studies show you can't eat too many. So there is really no problem in eating fruit. Some people believe that still because there's sugar in it, but the sugar in fruit is balanced with this wonderful fiber and phytonutrients. So whole fruit, absolutely no problem. The only thing is, if you eat only fruit, some people only eat, but then you have to eat a huge amount to have all the nutrients you need. That's not very practical. Some people like that. To me, I also like other fruit ingredients, even if fruit is one of my favorite foods. Now I put the strawberries in. Yeah, I keep some for decoration, but most of them I put in together with the bananas. Again, we have this wonderful combination here with bananas and strawberries. That is a really nice one. Let's see. I have some beautiful for decoration and some less beautiful. There are always some less and some more beautiful. I put them in. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's okay. So I have some now to decorate. Here. Oops. Here. These are for decoration. I let them out. They palm on top of the dessert glass. It's always nice to have a nice decoration. So bananas and strawberries, a dream team. And another dream team for strawberries is kiwis. And I have to say, kiwi is a very special fruit. Kiwis are, they have an enzyme that is to digest protein. Yeah? And these kind of enzymes, they can be a little bit aggressive. For example, if you eat kiwis too many, you may have a strange feeling in the mouth. It bites a little bit. The same with pineapple. The pineapple is not ripe enough, not perfectly ripe, and you eat it, you get this strange feeling in the mouth. It bites a little bit. So pineapples and kiwis and other fruit, they're rare. They have these proteins. They help to digest them. They have these enzymes that help to digest these proteins, and they can be a little bit hard to combine with other fruit. Oftentimes not so much with fruit, but more with nuts and seeds where protein are in, or fat is in. Certain kinds of fat are not so easy to combine with that. And the kiwi is also such a fruit, so it's not always easy to combine the kiwi with everything. Kiwi is a little bit tricky, but with strawberries, oh, it's perfect. It's a dream team, strawberry tea. So I have here strawberries and bananas and kiwis, I would say it's worth a try if you haven't yet. So I put most of my kiwi I put into this fruit salad, and then I have some left to decorate my glass, as I said before. I'll show you how I do that. And here I have a small piece of what my fruit salad will be, my breakfast: kiwis, bananas, and strawberries. And a last ingredient to make it even more nutritious, I like that in a breakfast, is a granola. The buckwheaties, they're called. It's buckwheat. It's a grain. It's a pseudo cereal, not a real cereal, but what's the difference? I don't know. It's a grass. Basically, all kinds of grains are grass. And which you have the seeds, you can sprout them. And then you can dry them back, and you have these crunchy, wonderful buckwheaties. Buckwheat is very inexpensive, always available, and it's a wonderful cereal. If you have this way, the crunch, it's really delicious. And how to make a buckwheaties, I can show you another video. It's linked under this video. Not difficult. Sometimes it takes only even half a day for the sprouts to come out of the buckwheaties, the buckwheat seeds, the soaked ones. And you don't need that long sprouts, just a little bit. When you let them sprout too long, they turn into something bitter sometimes. So, but I show that all in the video. It's very easy to get if you cannot buy them. In some places you can buy the buckwheaties. They are famous, but you can also make them easily yourself. You buy some buckwheat seeds, and then you make it yourself. It is very easy. Watch my video. So now my fruit salad is almost done. I put all together, you see. And now I go back to my smoothie, to my cream. I'll blend it one more time. I like to blend a little bit longer, but I stop myself now, because I wouldn't mind if it would be a little bit warmer. It's cold outside especially. Sometimes I like a little bit warmer smoothie. But I think it's most important that it's creamy, but you can do it yourself at home if you like. Blend a little bit longer, get it warmer. It's a wonderful way to make the breakfast a little bit nicer. But that's up to you, of course. That flavor here. The texture is okay now, nice and creamy. I'll show you what it looks like when I pour it over my fruit salad. You see, it's a wonderful cream, strawberry, banana, almond cream, super delicious. And of course, wonderfully healthy. My food, I like to have my food healthy and delicious. That's what I like the most. My taste buds also like it, meanwhile. Earlier on, I preferred all kinds of things that were not healthy. When I was little, I loved sweets. Get my teeth. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Now they are healthy and they get better all the time. But before I knew that, I really had a problem with teeth. Yeah, a long time. It took me a long time till I went vegan. Became vegan. I had a problem with the teeth. Yeah, it's one example. You know, if you eat things that are good for you, something happens in the body that you don't like later on. And sometimes you don't notice immediately, but yeah. Now I've stopped all these things and I feel better and better. It took me some time, I have to say, but now I'm so happy with that. So here is my fruit salad. Here is my glass, and I want to decorate it. First, I put a little bit of the fruit salad into the bottom. Yeah. Have a little ground. And then I get to my, here the little base here for decoration. Yeah. And I can stand the kiwi slices onto the ground and put them against the sides. See, like this. I just take 3 for every side. See, like this. It's very easy. Like this you have a nice, beautiful decoration for the fruit salad. Now I fill the rest of the glass. It's an easy way to do it, yeah. All you have to do is to slice the kiwis, and that might be a little issue because the kiwis, when they are ripe, you can almost peel them without cutting it. Yeah. I take the lid off and the bottom, and then I take a knife and peel and pull the peel off. That's the best way to get the peel off, because when you cut them, you always cut a little bit of the flesh, and the outside of the fruit is always the most nutrient rich. Yeah, the nutrients go to the outside, that's physics. And if I cut only the peel and pull that off, then you save most of the nutrients. But for that, the kiwis have to be super ripe. And when they're too ripe, and too soft to do that. So a little bit tricky to get the kiwi to the perfect texture, but you can do it. And if you cannot do it, you just cut them with a veggie peeler. That's also good, yeah. I do it sometimes too. But if I can, I peel the kiwis by pulling off the peel. That's the nicest way to do it. Here, I show you now the decoration. On top there is some strawberries. Here, there are strawberries on top and the kiwis on the sides. Isn't that nice? And that's my breakfast now. I would say it's a granola. And it's so yummy. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like my video, subscribe and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. Every day something different. Add an ingredient, take one out, put one in, have a new recipe. It's so easy. I begin with a small number of ingredients, then it's easier to change, and it's easier to find out when something's wrong. Yeah, you don't need to throw away the whole recipe. If you just change one ingredient or so, change a little measurement, and that's an easy way to begin with small numbers of ingredients, and you can figure out how these ingredients play together. If I have only 3 ingredients, it's easy to understand which ingredient plays with the other ones, how. You know, you have 10 ingredients or 15, you don't know really what's happening there. So that's why I begin with a small number, and changing an ingredient, I have a new recipe. So I can always have a new ingredient, a new recipe, and I add a great variety to my food. Only today I read an article from Dr. Greger. He writes about these things and he has videos out. Why it's so important to put variety on the plate, variety in the menu. Because he says, because every different plant, we only eat plants of course, I assume, every plant has 1,000 different phytonutrients, the nutrients from plants. The plant makes their own nutrients, thousands in every single plant. They're all different, they play together a different way. He had something about greens. Some greens are for cancer in the upper part of the intestines, some in the right side, the upper part, and some greens are for the lower part, the left side of the intestines. So that's because of the phytonutrients they have. So it's very interesting how the different plants work, and we just only to begin to understand, but to get it without understanding everything, it's so easy. Just put variety on your plate. Eat something different every single day. Just a small change, that's enough. And over time, you're good. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.